We've never had more pleasure, more entertainment and stimulation. And yet we've never been more restless, unmotivated and stuck. If we don't understand this, we won't just lose focus, we lose our drive, our ambition and our ability to build anything meaningful. So listen very carefully to what I'm about to say, because I'm going to show you how modern addictions quietly rewire your brain and why they keep you trapped in the same loop, no matter how badly you want to change. If you get this, you will finally understand why willpower keeps failing you and what you actually have to change. So what does this age of addiction actually mean? It doesn't mean that you are weak, it doesn't mean that you have no discipline, it just means that your brain gets fed things it wasn't designed to handle. Because for the first time in human history, you can get something similar to connection, progress, intimacy and pleasure without having to do anything for it. And that's exactly where everything starts to break. Let me show you how. If you don't live under a rock, you've already heard that video games, social media, porn and drugs, of course, are not good for you. But why is that? Because in the moment, all this stuff feels good and it doesn't matter how you spend your free time, right? Wrong. Because using all this stuff doesn't only affect your free time, it affects your whole life down the line. Because all this stuff is designed to be as addicting as possible. Social media, video games, porn and drugs all artificially satisfy your desires. It sounds a bit abstract, but let me show you what I mean. Every one of us has the desire for social connection. Some more than others, but we all have it. And normally we would have to go out and actually connect to some people to get this sense of social connection. But now we have social media. And even though we all know that it's nothing like social connection, we still get addicted. Because when you're on Snapchat sending your friends pictures of your face, or when you are sending your friends reels and TikToks, it can feel a bit like social connection. With video games, it's the same thing. You can get social connection and you can artificially satisfy your desire for making progress in real life. Because in a game, you can easily make progress. Then porn, you can artificially satisfy your desire for love and intimacy through that. And with drugs, you can feel good in the moment, no matter how shit your actual life feels. And that's where it gets dangerous, because your brain doesn't know the difference between real and artificial rewards. Your reward system, of course, rewards you for doing the stuff that satisfies your desire. And in the modern world where we can artificially satisfy our desires without having to put in any amount of effort in the real world, everyone gets addicted. Everyone that doesn't use this stuff intentionally. And once your brain discovers that there are shortcuts, it will stop taking the long way. And that's why getting up and actually working on your goals feels impossible. I've been there too, I know how it feels to feel powerless. And that is the actual cost of using those shortcuts all the time. It doesn't only steal your time, it steals your ability to take action. Let me show you what happens when scrolling and all those shortcuts become your default. You get trapped in the cheap dopamine cycle. Let's take the example of social media. They pull on your fundamental psychology. They pull on your desire for social connection, and because that's so attractive for your brain, you get a cheap dopamine spike. And that of course feels good in the moment. But if you have those high spikes, your base dopamine, your base motivation for doing anything, for getting up, for doing the stuff you have to do, for visiting your mother or whatever, this motivation drops and everything else that's not extremely stimulating feels hard now. And because it is so hard now to get up and actually do something productive, you don't get up. And what happens when you don't do anything? You go back to scrolling or playing video games or just getting stimulated. Then your base motivation gets even lower, it's even harder to get up, and the only thing you feel able to do is something stimulating that further lowers your motivation, and so on. That's the cycle so many people are trapped in. And if you actually want to get back your ability to take action, feel like you have power over your life, want to go after your goals instead of just having them and never acting on them, then you have to stop getting stimulated every time you feel a bit bored or uncomfortable. And slowly your base motivation will come back and actually doing the productive things becomes possible again. If you want to know exactly how to do that, watch this video. I hope this video helped you. I wish you a nice day and bye.